Another point, Joe, that you hammer in on, and I'd say like among all of the topics that we're talking about today, I think this fourth point is the one we often talk
Mhm.
about people getting wrong the most, of just people targeting statistical significance instead of retesting or saying something is good enough. I can tell you just in my own personal experience, I've probably worked with in the neighborhood of 300 advertisers asking me whether something was stat sig, statistics significant. And I think it was the exact wrong question. How is it that you think about this and ultimately how we think about it here at House?
I got a lot of heartburn for a significant period of time trying to use statistical significance to help make decisions because very often you run into situations where, we're looking for a return on ad spend of 2 or 2.5, and you get that, and or you get something even higher. But then the p-value, which is if in statistical significance, you do the statistical analysis and the computer spits back something called a p-value. If it's less than zero point 0.1, it's not statistically significant. And the statistics textbook and the stats 101 classes tell you that means we cannot reject that there was no effect. And then many times then people say they're like, okay, so that's like we can't say that this did anything. Wait, I wanted a ROAS of 2.5 and this your analysis says a 3, but now you're telling me the 3 is actually a 0. What's going on here? Okay, let's run the test longer so we get statistical significance. And it causes lots of wheel spinning. And something I thought about, and something I'll reveal a little bit about my background is I mentioned I did my PhD. Before my PhD, I played poker professionally. So in between undergrad and grad school, I played poker. And I was thinking about how poker players make decisions in fairly similar contexts of like, it's a very complicated situation. You don't have all the information. You just know that there's some expected impact of you making a certain bet or a certain play. And so, how do you go about that? And it really does come down to what is the expected value and what is the range of returns that you might see based on what your analysis tells you. And you're going to go for the thing that has the higher ROI. When you have a limited set of options, you're going to go for the options that have a higher ROI. Then also, you hear like in the investment community, you never see talk of statistical significance. You see talk of expected value in the expected ROI of things that they're doing. And so it's kind of learning a little bit more about that and about decision making and statistics in that situation, and also talking to a lot of other really experienced and brilliant scientists that were around me about their experiences with informing decision making came down to for me personally, and what I really recommend is to not use statistical significance to help you make a decision on whether or not something is working for your business.